An energy efficiency network is a systematic and goal-oriented approach for companies to have an exchange on energy efficiency and climate protection measures. It is really about reaching goals together. So each company defines a single goal for its own and then base it on all these single goals. The network defines a common goal, and this work is supported by experts like a moderator who really cares that an exchange take place without exchanging sensible information, and of course they have kind of a technical consultant who give them technical advice on the energy efficiency measures.
Ökotech is a very big player in Germany on the energy efficiency consultancy market. There are many energy efficiency products which we organize for our industrial clients, like energy analysis concepts and so on. We do energy management consultancy and networks. The trickiest bit of a network is the founding phase, to get industrial clients, participants on board. It takes a lot of effort and time to get these people together, setting up the contracts, agreeing on the network phases. But once this is done, it's a self-rolling system.
Yeah, for us the network was very helpful because we learned a lot about energy efficiency management systems, for example, and climate management systems. And it was also very helpful for us to get in contact with other companies and to learn about their management systems, how to save energy, and about their actions with efficiency and energy saving. Yeah, our products are pretty special because they are only made of ceramics and we don't use any metal inside for the heating elements. And these products can be made in many different sizes and shapes, from very small, like a few millimeter, up to 400 millimeter in diameter. And we have more than 1,000 different products, which we sell to many different markets. Our products are mostly used in semiconductor applications, and we also supply to industries like packaging machines and also 3D printing, for example. And then we make a lot of special products, for example, for R&D. The network was founded at the beginning of 2020, and there are 7 companies in this network, and it was initiated by the IHK Association here in Brandenburg, and we also had a network leader who was organizing all these events and the participants of this network, and the name of this network was Gewerbe and Industry.
The beginning of a network cycle is a so-called consultancy day or an initial consultancy phase. This is where I, as a consultant, go to the client site, do a site visit and try to find measures to improve the energy efficiency on site. In many networks we meet 3 to 4 times a year. It's a process over 3 years, so we meet between 9 to 12 times over the course of a typical network. We talk about subsidy programs. There is an exchange round between the participants, so they tell what went wrong since the last time, what are their goals, are there questions, are there failures. Then there is typically an introduction of a new topic, hot stuff like these climate topics these days, or how do compressors work in an efficient way. Next to the roundtable meetings, we agree at the beginning of a network to set a goal, a network goal. It's a common goal of these 8 to 15 participants which sit together. They agree that they will achieve at the end of a network round, say between 5 to 10% or X gigawatt hours per network.
The main goal of this energy efficiency network was actually to save a whole amount of energy of approximately 1,400 megawatt hours a year. And all these different companies had to contribute to this measure by their own energy efficiency measures that they have taken. Yeah, we had several meetings at companies, for example, and these took place every 3 or 4 months, so several times a year. Because of Corona, we also had like online meetings, but the meetings in the companies were very interesting because we also had tours through the companies and were able to learn about different energy saving systems and climate management systems. systems.
Now we are in the second period of the initiative, starting from 2021 until 2025. The reason for this initiative was the success of first pilot networks, which were running between 2008 and 2014. And this initiative has been a very successful instrument because in the first period 280 networks were created, and now we have created more networks. And this initiative has been supported by the German Energie-Agentur. We have here a function of central office for this initiative. Until now, over 320 energy efficiency networks have been created with the participation of more than 2,500 companies. The evaluation of the first networks, this means 132 networks from these 320 networks, shows that the networks in average, they reach energy savings of 30 gigawatt hours per year. And together, these first evaluated networks already reached savings of 18 petajoules primary energy and 1.5 million tons greenhouse gases.
Producing ceramics is always very energy intensive because you need high temperatures for the sintering of the ceramics. For producing silicon nitride we need approximately 2000 degrees Celsius and a high pressure to make it, and of course we have to put a lot of energy into our high temperature furnaces. But we have taken other measures, like for example using the waste heat of the high temperature furnaces to heat the production hall via a heat pump, and this works pretty well because during the winter, for example, we need less cooling water and we can use the waste heat to keep the production hall warm. We were able to reduce our consumption of natural gas by 80%, and so we only need additional natural gas for heating when it's very cold in winter, like minus 10 degrees Celsius or less. And then we also have a lot of other measures, like for example the LED lighting that we implemented here, and we bought some hybrid cars to reduce the consumption of gas from our cars for the employees. And we also use green power since the beginning of 2021, and it saves us approximately 307 tons of carbon dioxide a year. The new production hall will get a solar installation of approximately 100 kilowatts peak, which will supply us approximately 80,000 kilowatt hours a year, and this covers 1/6 of our power consumption.
The participation at the initiative is voluntary, so this means the networks don't need to pay anything to participate at the initiative. The networks are financed by the companies, so there is today no direct financial support from the government, but some indirect support, like the government give the network some advice or help them with other things, but there is no direct financial support. So this means also that today there is a market which is being developed around the energy efficiency networks. For example, energy consultants who are developing their business and proposing, besides the classic technical consultant, also services like the moderation of an energy efficiency network, etc. And this is a goal also, that someday there will be a market around energy efficiency networks which will be run independently from the government.
The feedback I've been receiving so far is that besides the initial suspiciousness about whether this works or not, is that people are very happy. The participants look forward to come to the next meeting, and at the end of the meeting say, wow, I've learned a lot today. People are open enough that they talk about failures. So they warn each other, and at the other side they mention best practice examples which are hard to find in the press or in the media. And one thing I heard recently, it's even cheaper to attend a day network meeting round table than attending a seminar on the market, because this is tailor-made. At the end of a network cycle, we collect the data and collect the measures from each participant to see whether they have achieved their goal.
Thanks to these results, the initiative is today one of the most successful instruments for energy efficiency in Germany.
We would definitely recommend participation in this network because you can learn a lot from the lectures in the meetings, and you can also learn a lot from the other companies who are implementing different measures for energy efficiency and who are also optimizing and improving their processes.